Hi everyone. Hope you're all well. Let's just adjust this phone a little bit. Hey, thanks for joining, guys. Right, so yeah, apologies for the little rocky start. My laptop decided to be unfriendly, so I've had to do it on my phone. So, Cheryl Hart, Kenny Davis, Sanya, hi. So, yeah, what we're going to talk about tonight. I have a list. I've had a bit of an interesting week, actually. The last few days have been really, really interesting. So I'm going to share with you what's been happening with me over the last few days. And by all means, let me just move this down a little bit. You can let me know what's been happening with you guys as well. So, first thing, which was excellent news, just adjust this a little bit. Hi Cheryl. Yeah, excellent news and a massive thank you to everybody who has followed Driving School Development. We have now hit 3,000 driving instructors following the Driving School Development Facebook page. So, bless you all for that. Okay, so what I do occasionally is sometimes I get asked to do a presentation or a speech to an instructor group or a conference, and I was asked to do one to TADDI, which is Taunton Taunton and District Driving Instructors, and it was on Teams, not on Zoom. Now, hi Thomas, hi Gavin. Yeah, I've never used Teams before, and to say it was a little bit of a baptism of fire is a bit of an understatement, to be fair. We did a little practice with the secretary of the group the day before. He said, yeah, come on, we've got the screen share up, so the presentation slides are all there. Great. On the day, I logged in to join the meeting, couldn't share the screen with me. And although I could get the presentation up on my screen, they couldn't see it at the other end. So it was a combination of a presentation and a speech. It wasn't a part of a CPD course, it was a speech, a call to action. So I said, right, okay, you know, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So I said, you won't be able to see all the pretty pictures and slides I've got ready for you. You're just going to have to listen to me make the speech. So I started reading the speech. Page one's finished, throw it on the floor. Page two's finished, throw it on the floor. And next thing I know, I look up and the screen's blank. I think, oh, the camera's just gone off. So I keep reading, and all of a sudden something comes up across the screen from Vern, who's the secretary of the association. Went, you dropped out about 3 minutes ago. I'm bleeding now. So it's me scattering around on the floor, getting the pages of the speech back up, rejoin the meeting, like to say to everyone, where was I? Well, how much did you hear? And it was embarrassing, but we had a laugh about it. One thing I'll say about those instructors down in Taunton, they grow some wicked beards. It was like a ZZ Top concert. I tell you, I was so jealous because I can't grow one. Innocence Goko and Nick Dale, thank you very much for watching. So, yeah, we cracked on after that, had a good laugh, finished the speech, did some Q&A at the end, and Vern was kind enough to give us a very, very good review on our website about it. But yeah, baptism of fire, I think, is a bit of an underestimate. Now, if any other, I did put a post up saying if any other local driving instructor associations would like me to give them a presentation on anything, you know, just drop me a message. We'll see if we can make it happen. Always happy to help and help develop fellow ADIs. Last few days I've managed to help a couple of ADIs who have left the AA. I don't blame them for leaving the AA, and there's the Louise's group AA, the Real Instructors Forum. They're doing some great work. They're highlighting the things that the AA are doing, in my opinion, incorrectly, and they're not being treated very well at all, which makes me very sad. So I also put on, well, I've arranged one of our CPD courses in business development completely free of charge for the members of that group who want to leave the AA and take another direction, because let's face it, who'd want to stay there the way things are at the moment? I know I wouldn't. So yeah, that course, you wouldn't be surprised to hear, is completely full up, but I will be putting on another one if they ask me to. Simon Johnson joined us, and Louise with, hi Louise, how are you? Yeah, keep up the good work indeed. Now, again, forgive me here, because some stuff I printed off. I've been talking about the AA. I've been giving you my opinion. Now I'm going to give you some facts. I gave you some facts last week, but I've got some stuff I've printed out here. Right? Hi Anthony, how are you? And Louise is there. Hi Louise. So there's a few things that I want to bring to your attention. The first thing is this. I have removed everybody's details. Stephen Boone says, good evening, still no help from the AA. Any further news from your end? Do you know what? Bear with me, let me just go and get some news. Okay, he says he's back with the news. So, a lot of people in Louise's Facebook group have been sent one of these. Now, it's so small. Even with my glasses on and a magnifying board, I couldn't read it because it's so small. Such small writing. So, I've retyped it. I'm going to read this out to you. This is word for word what it says. And this is what the AA have been sending out to people who are members of Louise's group, who have put posts up that I believe are absolutely truthful. They're not flattering to the AA, in fact quite the opposite. They're highlighting what I believe is their disgusting treatment of their valued instructors. So just bear with me while I read this to you. And this is it word for word. I'm not going to read the name obviously. Your activity on social media has been brought to our attention, and it includes certain inaccurate and derogatory posts in respect to the AA driving school and the AA brand more generally. Part of the reason the AA driving school and BSM attract pupils is due to our excellent instructors. Have a think about that for a minute. They're calling you excellent instructors. And such posts are not helpful to you, your fellow instructors, nor the AA. Denigrating the AA driving school and BSM or the AA brand more broadly is a breach of your franchise agreement. We expect you to immediately desist from such activity and promptly remove damaging and inaccurate images or posts. Content on social media platforms that we believe contravene their terms and conditions will also be reported. We remain fully committed to supporting our instructors through this difficult time, whilst also, and there was a word, it was so small, even I couldn't read it, says something, the ongoing interests of the AA driving school and BSM. As we have stated, we will review that position when the government makes further announcements on lockdown. As always, we want to encourage a productive and collaborative relationship, and are more than happy to talk to you directly about these issues in good faith. Should you wish to do so, please contact a member of staff at the driving school at ISTWS support@theaa.com. Please note that this letter is not a waiver of our rights, whether in respect of your franchise agreement or otherwise. All our rights, including, without limitation, the right to terminate your franchise and seek to recover any outstanding fee, remain reserved. That's to their, and they're using their own words, they're excellent instructors. Well, I don't know if you can smell what I'm smelling, but it don't smell good. I've been contacted by so many instructors since last week's Monday with Martin, and it's been quite heartbreaking. There's been instructors that have been with the AA for 20 odd years that are being absolutely put under the most severe financial pressure. It is terrible. 18 years, 15 years, you know, there's loyalty. They've been loyal to the brand. What's the brand doing for them now? It's not helping them. And hi Leon, I can see Leon's mentioned me. I'm going to read something else to you. This was I think a very good response to that cease and desist letter that was sent out. An average franchise is £250. Times 3 is £750. How can you justify making instructors pay an average of £750 for 3 weeks? Yes, the 4th week is discounted, open brackets, not free as you have said, close brackets, but for someone who is not working, not earning a penny, this means they'll still be accruing an unsustainable amount of debt. Surely any company or organisation that has any interest in retaining their existing instructors rather than alienating them would at least try to come to some compromise with their instructors. The fact that the only communication we now receive are cease and desist or threats of legal action speaks volumes about your attitude towards your instructors. And the instructor goes on to say, in my opinion, your actions, or rather lack thereof, have tarnished the images of the AA and BSM beyond repair. Now everyone in the industry knows how you treat your valued customers, your excellent instructors. You will, in my opinion, never recover from this debacle, and you've only got yourselves to blame. That's one thing. Can you see how what's going... Yeah, thanks Louise. Only 1 week is free for new contracts, not old contracts. They have to pay. So if you want 1 week free in every 4, and it's not a complete waiver of the fee, it's only the part that covers the car. And I've had a look through this, and I can't make the sums add up. They don't make sense to me. Edmund King, the chairman, on Twitter has said, we are not charging full franchise. People are saying to him, why are you charging us full franchise? He says, we are not. Very short, concise answer, we are not. Yeah, they are not charging full franchise, but I can't even call it help. The amount that they're willing to concede, saying this is the part that covers the franchise fee for the car for 1 week, and they allow you to have that 1 week in every 4, is no help at all. These people are still having to defer so much money. It's going to be crippling to them, as if we're not all struggling enough at the moment with bleeding COVID. Simon Clark says, hello mate. Oh, hello mate, how are you? Anthony says, playing with words like a politician. And Lee Elliott says, yes, they are charging or deferring. And yet, what I saw of Edmund King's Twitter response was simply, no, we are not. No, we are not. He couldn't be bothered to even say, Lee, Jackie, Louise, whoever. No, we are not. He just copied and pasted the replies. I think that speaks volumes to how much they value their instructors. Ben Moody says, my notice ends on Wednesday, going to be in £2,500 approximately of debt. I feel for you, mate, I really do. Deferring, Ben says deferring is still charging, absolutely. And so what can you do about it? Right? I know what's been happening. Louise has been encouraging everybody to cancel their direct debit so they can't take money for services that they are not allegedly providing. Now, a lot of instructors are saying, yeah, that's it, cancel the direct debits. Some are saying, I'm worried about cancelling the direct debit. I'm worried about my credit rating. I did a bit of research on the internet today, and money saving expert Martin Lewis says cancelling your direct debit does not affect your credit rating. But however, there is a but to this. It also goes on to say that if somebody goes to your bank to try and take money and they can't do it, that does affect your credit rating if you've agreed to let them take it. So the actual physical act of cancelling a direct debit per se doesn't affect your credit rating. It's what happens afterwards that might. Stephen Boom says 21 plus years with the AA, each week getting further into debt. 2-year contract, if I break it, it will affect my credit. Let me just see if I can click that to read more of that. Come on. Affect my credit score for any purchases, loans via credit. Yeah, and a lot of instructors are worried that they are going to not be able to lease cars. And that's why I don't normally do it on my phone. They're not going to lease cars because their credit rating is going to be affected. Well, watch this space. Watch this space. I'm going to read something else to you, because what else can you do? And this isn't just tarnishing their image in the view of their instructors. Listen to this that someone sent me. I'm an independent instructor and have been for 30 years. I am appalled by the way the AA are treating their instructors. Apart from sharing the story on Facebook and Twitter, the only other thing I feel I can do as a protest is cancel my AA recovery membership and go in somewhere else. Perhaps if independent instructors threaten to cancel AA memberships or AA insurance, the pressure might be increased. Now, I'm not suggesting you do that. This is just reading out something that was sent to me. I'll just leave that there for a second. It's terrible. It's wrong. And it ain't going to go without being answered. I'm doing everything I can. I've helped a couple of instructors this week. Watch this space. Next Monday with Martin, Mr. Edmund King, OBE. Head of Bill Plant, Ian McIntosh of Red. Please, you're going to want to see this next week. Don't you miss it. Trust me. Next week is going to be the biggest shake-up of this profession in the last 30 years. And boy, have they got it coming. Okay, let me just say hello to a few people. Right, Simon Johnson says moved our recovery contract to RAC last year. Mick King's watching. Rob Gregson. Listen, guys, ladies, gents, the only way the AA is going to take any notice of it is by keeping this sustained pressure on them. The momentum that Louise and her group have created, I think, is phenomenal, and it's only right someone had to stand up and say, no, enough's enough. And once that first person did, Louise, right, you got my utmost respect. Then people started to follow. It's wrong. In my opinion, it's just not ethical. They may not be breaking the commitment of their side of the franchise, but they're breaking their commitments as humans, beings. I mean, these are people we're talking about. They're not just figures on your bottom line. They're people. Treat them like it. People need to be treated correctly. Tune in next week at 6 o'clock to see something that, or hear something that is going to turn this profession on its head. I'm going to leave that with you. As usual, I will answer or respond to any comments as much as I can. Carlos says, "Hi mate, can you help me with getting a CPD?" Yeah, let me know exactly what it is you're looking for, Carlos. Send me a private message and I'll be happy to respond to it. Sharon Sharp said, "I'm not with the A, but I said before, going through similar. So really appreciate all of your advice." Do you know, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not really giving advice. I'm just trying to shine a light on what I think is a disgusting practice. And it hurts me probably more than, well, not more than the instructors because they're getting slaughtered financially, but it hurts me as much as them emotionally because, man, I was so proud to fight my way up to be their #1 area manager. You know, I worked my bits off to get there. I looked after my instructors. I ran my area as if it was my own business, and it was great. You know, then they decided, you know, go. We don't need you anymore. That's fine. I moved on. And then the instructors started suffering because there were no area managers to help them out. And they've done it again. They recently made I think they call them regional business managers now. They made them redundant. And who have the instructors got to contact? Head office. And guess what? They ain't answering the phone. They're not getting back to you with your emails. The only things that seem to be coming out, from what I've been told, are cease and desist letters and threats of legal action. Really? Ben Moody says, "If Edmund King would at least speak to us instructors privately to discuss our concerns." Yeah. Louise Graham says, "Please everyone get on Twitter and retweet. We need this change now." Of course, every week instructors are accruing up to £300 worth of debt. And if you cancel your direct debits, which I wouldn't blame you for doing, because what are you going to do? You've got a certain amount of money, you've got a family to feed or a franchise fee to pay. You can't pay both. You know, what are you going to do? Family first, always. People first. People before profit. People before profit. Louise Graham says she offered it to Edmund King to talk and he ignored it. There you go. Not a lot else I can say, really. Please, please share this everywhere. And don't just share it to your instructor friends. Share this to everybody you know. Because as I said last week, it's only by shining the light on this, what I consider to be unethical practice and poor treatment of such valued, excellent instructors. Man, can you see how one communique completely contradicts the other one? Where's the consistency? You know, we all know in our industry now what they're like. But if you share it to everyone and get them to share it to everyone, all the members of the public are going to start to realise how badly you're being treated. Don't just tell other instructors, tell everyone. Tell everyone. Only then, because I know how much the AA value their brand. I know that from personal experience, and it's been tarnished beyond all that. It's never going to get that lustre that it once had. It's never coming back. I'm sure they'll survive, but it's never going to be like it was. Thank you all for taking the time for watching this. If you've got any queries or questions, drop me a private message. And I look forward to speaking to you next week. Believe me, you do not want to miss next week. Nobody wants to miss next week. You'll see why then. Take care, everyone, and I genuinely wish you all the best. I was lucky enough to get my first COVID jab. Bit of a sore arm, but apart from that, fine. Keep safe, everyone. Look after each other. Remember, Louise, you're awesome. Everybody on that group's awesome. Every driving instructor's awesome. And that's us on our own. But you know what I'm going to say, don't you guys? We're stronger together. Always have been. And right about now, we need that more than ever. So take care, everyone. I'll reply to as many messages as I can tonight. The rest will have to be done tomorrow. Take care.